Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight. This is our international project in network marketing that is changing the lives of thousands of people all over the world. And it's changing so many lives because our project is about personal growth, social contribution, financial freedom, a lot of service involved. And in this project, you get to do life differently. Here you will have this opportunity of life allow you to generate income in a different way, in a way that is not traditional. We are challenging the status quo by saying that you deserve to accomplish the dreams that you have. And tonight, I'm honored and privileged to be introducing our speaker. She's a woman who I admire. I've been seeing her online. We haven't had the opportunity to meet in person yet. Her name is Claudia Bohorquez. She's going to be talking from Canada. So I'm admiring her from the south. I'm in Arizona, and she's going to be telling us what this opportunity is about and how it can impact your life, because somebody shared this opportunity with you. So I want to honor the people who thought of you and share this presentation, whether you are live or you are watching it in YouTube, they thought of you. So once the presentation ends, go ask this person more questions because there is a lot for you to learn. With that, welcome, Claudia.
Thank you so much. It is just an honor to be here, and it's wonderful. We're 3 hours away. I don't know if some of your guests have been farther than me. Maybe you have some people from Europe in your presentations. But anyway, I think 3 hours is a pretty nice difference. And so it's 10 o'clock here at night. And I love it. I love how, we were talking the other day when you and I were having our conversation, and we're digital nomads. This is the business where you can do business from your phone. We used to call it business from home, and now we call it business from your phone. And I am doing everything from my phone today, guys. I wanted to do it from my laptop, but I started thinking, you know what, we're becoming more and more mobile. My computer is getting almost too heavy for me. I just want to go around with my phone. And the first thing that I want to tell you is that in a few minutes, I'm not sure, maybe they already went up, but if they do, and I do it in every single one of my meetings, if you guys see my children, my child and my new stepdaughter pop out, and just come and hug me or kiss me goodnight or do whatever they do, it's okay, because this is what I did for my business. And so I'll start by telling you my story, and I'm just going to turn my screen here to show you the first picture about me and you get to know me a little bit. So this is a picture that I took in October of last year, and it says, "Who is ready to take the world with me?" So the one that you see there is my son Mateo, and we are, if you don't recognize it, in the Great Wall of China. And so we had an opportunity to be 23 days with my child. And why I put this picture first, because this is what I promised my child when I quit my job, and I'll tell you about that in a second. I quit my job and I said to him, we're going to travel the world together. We're going to see the capitals of the world. I don't want you to learn the capitals by looking at them at the book. I want you to learn them because we're going to be in capitals of the world. This is why I do the business that I do. And he knows that there is a certain level of sacrifice, because, right now he is, well, he's not sacrificing. He's in his new video game that he bought today while his mom is downstairs doing the meeting. But you know what? I'm never too far away from him. And when we went to China, we actually also were doing presentations and meetings. Everywhere we go, we do that. So that's Mateo. I'm going to show you the next picture. This one we did in 2017. And it says, "Passion and faith make dreams come true. What is yours?" And so this one, more than his dream, was my dream. I wanted him to go to Disney World and get Mickey Mouse to sing the happy birthday for him. So, but the nice story about this is that I wanted to actually make a road trip. And I said, I don't know if this kid is going to last, but we did 8 states. Oh, there they are. 8 states, and 8 states by car. I want to show you guys my family. This is, here. Oh, sorry. This is Daniela, and this is Mateo, and they got their new Tamagotchis. This is my future husband.
You should buy a Tamagotchi even if it's
Yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's my family, guys. And so you guys are going up with that so I can finish my meeting? Please? Thank you.
What?
Go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I stay with
thank
you.
you. No, not one stays with me tonight. Go. Good night. Have fun. See you in a minute. 30, 40 minutes, okay? I told you. I knew that was going to happen. So this is why I actually, it wasn't planned and it wasn't staged. Let me just go back for a second and talk to you guys. So it almost looks staged, right? I said they're going to pop up, but I knew that was going to happen. But I didn't say act cute. No, actually, this is what happens because I quit my job. And again, I'll tell you in a second what job it was and why I quit it, to be able to do exactly what I just did, which is be with my son and just be present to what it is to be a mother. He's my only child. He's a miracle child. He's an in vitro baby. And I promised myself that I would be there to see every single minute that I could, as long as I could. And network marketing allows me that. My other job, it was so stressful that I never was present, even when I was off or even when I was on vacation. So that's what I wanted to tell you about that little episode, because normally it happens like that. He jumps up, he says hi to everybody. He's so used to the online meetings. Okay, here we go again. So what happened was I told them, I said, we're going to plan a 3-day trip. And each day I planned it for 10 hours. So we traveled 10 hours each day. This kid was going to turn only 7 then. And he made it. He actually made the trip from Toronto to Orlando, which is 30 hours. It's actually 26, but because we stopped so many hours. Now, what's important about that, that story is that this is what For Life is about. I'm just going to turn myself again here. This is what For Life is about. If you guys like traveling time with your kids, with your family, and going around visiting your teams, not only around the city, but around the country and around the world, you can do this. And you can do this with your family and make it a fun trip. And that's what we did. We visited my cousins, we did presentations, and he was ready for that. And so it was so amazing. And so if you guys like spending time with your family, this is the right distance for you. Okay, here's my next picture. So what happened was, as I was telling you about my life story, I love putting a little motivational saying. So it says she turned her cans into cans and her dream into plans. This is what happened to me in 2011. I was married to Mateo's father and I had no kids. And so everybody really looked at me and said, oh my gosh, you know, you have a great body. And so we're looking at the thin girl over there. Yes, that's me. But this one over here, that's me too. So that one is 50 pounds heavier. I had Mateo. I got a divorce. I quit my job. And I actually went through people said, are you depressed? And I said, no, I'm actually happy because I was going through a second stage of my life where I had left an abusive relationship of about 20 years with Mateo's dad. And I was now living the life. I was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm not going to exercise. And that's what happens when you eat a lot and don't exercise. And when you're trying to prove a point, I was trying to prove the point the wrong way and I got really sick. And so what happened is, at that point, I was already taking Transfer Factor. My sister had introduced the product to me, but she had told me that it was more for my allergies, which, by the way, I'm allergy free completely. And because I'm not going to go too deep into that, it will take forever. I can tell you more about, testimonials on another meeting. But I was taking the product, but I was not in the business. And so what happened was that Mateo was born. And I went through a really hard time of my life because my father was dying. He died in 2013, and he died with me taking care of him. And so my body was taking a toll. You cannot be overweight and take care of another human being, because what happens is that you're carrying two weights. And my knees were in total pain. My back was in total pain. So now it was not about looking great. Again, I'm Colombian, and, many Latino women, but especially I think Colombians were very, driven to look a certain way. But it was not about that. It really was that I had it was a form of fibromyalgia. I don't want to call it that way, because when I went to the doctor and the doctor said, I can't find why you're hurting everywhere. I cannot find it, so I'm going to diagnose you with fibromyalgia. And I said, no way, you're putting that in there. The insurance is going to, something is going to happen in the future. I don't have fibromyalgia. You just leave it blank and I'll take care of myself. So what happened was exactly that. We were launching 2 products at that time. We were launching our ProTF vanilla. I think we launched the vanilla first. I don't remember if we launched both, but anyway, we were launching our protein powder, and we were launching also a product called Renuvo. And the person that invited you, or if you're watching this video and somebody sent this video to you, you can ask more about those products. I was in a lot of pain, and I said, something is wrong. And I don't know what it is, but I need to start taking care of myself. So as you can see, I actually used it also because I quit my job in 2015, and I said, what better way to make money than actually be healthy, look great, and have people ask me how I did it. And that's what I've been doing. That's exactly what I've been doing. So this is a 2016 picture. If you, oh, the presentation is there. Let me just go back to me. And I'm just gonna, oh, I need to look for the presentation again in a second. So what happened was that, as I said, I quit the job. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes what the job was about so that you guys can understand where I come from. So I arrived to Canada in 2000. And so I've been living in Canada for 19 years. And the job that I had was an amazing job. It was a job as a district sales manager for one of the biggest direct selling and network marketing companies in the world. And I'm not afraid to say it because I only praise the company. It's called Avon. For those of you that don't know Avon, it's the largest beauty company literally in the world. And so it was a beautiful company. But what I was that I was an employee. So I was a mentor. I was a district sales manager for an area of about 500 women. And when my sister introduced the product, I told you guys a little bit earlier, I was in the best height of my career. I was actually, when Mateo was born in 2011, Mateo was born in 2012. When I was pregnant with Mateo, I had become the #1 manager in this company. So I was at the height of my career. And I also thought that with the baby coming, my marriage could be saved. So I was at a state where, you know, everything looked good, but it was about to crumble. And that's what happens to a lot of people. And so my sister kept introducing the product to me, and she kept introducing also the opportunity, which we're going to talk to you guys about tonight. And I don't think she really was doing it the right way. And I'll tell you why. Because there's 3 things that humans want: time, health, and money. So she came at it strong with health. And you know what? I had some allergies and some bad, stomach situation, but it wasn't bad enough for me to worry. And then she came at me with opportunity. She said, you have to look at this opportunity. And I said, I have a husband. My ex-husband is a veterinarian. And so I said, I have at that time, my husband, I said, I have a husband that makes a lot of money. We have a house. We have a Mercedes. I don't really need it. I like this job that I have. It makes me happy. Avon made me happy. It really did. And so she was coming at me the wrong way. She was coming at me with health, money, because she loved it, right? For her, it had helped her with her arthritis, with her anemia, with a whole bunch of things. She's like, you got to try this product. You got to try this product. So for 4 years, she was after me. And so, but what happened was that the turnaround happened in 2012 when Mateo was born. And a few months later, I left the marriage. And so #1, there was a big toll on my finances as people that are single or widow or divorce. No, it really, it's a toll on both family members. And so I stayed. I had a really good job still, but now my paycheck had been, like, my income, really not my paycheck, had been cut into about 1/4 of what I was normally used to living with. And so it took me a couple of years to realize that #1, I was already at the height of my career with that company. And so I was looking for something more challenging. And #2, that I would never be able to pick myself up again at a salary company. I said, I'll never be able to earn what we were earning as a family. So, he was working, he was making over 150,000. I was making about 75,000. Now I'm cut to 75,000 again. I said, how do I make myself again a woman that makes over 200,000, but with my salary alone? And I said, there's only one way I can do it. And the only way I can do it is cutting myself out of the comfort zone, cutting myself out of the corporate ladder, because it's going to cost me time with my kid. And so that's when it hit me. It was not health and it was not money, but it was time. I was in front of this little baby, and I had the opportunity to go up in the ladder with my company, because they wanted me to go into my next step, which was a national trainer. And it was going to cost me 150 days a year to travel around the country training managers and not seeing my 2-year-old. So I actually went and said, and I could, the job was mine. Like, you know, I had talked to the vice president. I wanted to make more money. He said, you can do it. I was going to make the 200,000 that I wanted. You know, I knew I could go up in the ladder, but I knew that I couldn't leave my little guy alone. And so I took the right decision. So for those of you that are thinking, what am I going to do? The salary is not going up. It doesn't matter if you make 30,000 a year or if you make 100,000 a year. If you're stuck in that job, let me tell you that the only way to get unstuck is by creating your own income. You cannot continue to earn money for others. You got to make it for yourself. So I took the hard decision of, you know, cutting my job of 14 years. And, you know, the opportunity of, you know, what they sell you as, you know, what happens with your pension. I used to have a company car. I used to have all my electronics, internet was paid, insurance was paid, everything. And I said, you know what, at what cost? How long am I going to be here? They're going to lay me off probably in a few years. You know, I don't know about anything, but I do have control of my business if I have control of my business, which is for life. So I quit, and in 2015, I went full-time with For Life. And when I say full-time, it still wasn't full-time. Now I can say I'm more full-time, because what I did was, once I was off the corporate train, I started living. I decided, oh, I can take time with my child. And so this is what I've done. So I don't measure myself by the amount of zeros that I have on my check. I measure myself by the amount of memories that I have planted in my kid's life. And anybody, my Facebook is public. And so anybody that has seen my Facebook, you can see that I've made every minute count. He's 7.5, and as you can see him, he's a smiling little boy. And now I've added another little girl to my family, because I have a future daughter. And so we travel, we enjoy it, we love it, and there is nothing else that I would be doing more than this job. And this job that is not a job, it's actually my career, and it's what I do. I help educate and empower people to create income from home, and like I said, from your phone, by telling you about a company that we're going to tell you tonight. So my presentation is going to go very quick. And the reason it can go quick is because the person that invited you can actually show you the presentation again. Today I wanted to tell you more about myself, and I also, what I want to show you is that I can do this from my phone. So today you guys are going to see the presentation literally from the phone. This is what we do every day. We open our phones, we tell people about what we do, and we give them a presentation, or we send them the presentation. We sit in a coffee shop, we sit anywhere, and we tell them what we do. And then people decide, do they want help? And then they can buy the product. Do they want money? And they can go in the business. Or do they want time? And then they can go in the business. So it is really, you know, the person that is in front of you will decide what to do. The fourth one is actually service. And companies like ours, every direct selling company, you know, I told you I was at Avon. They were pretty big in cancer. Anybody that doesn't know that, I don't know where you have been, you know, but our company is very big on community, on children, on feeding the children. And I'm Colombian, so I'm proud to say that last year they did a trip where they built 6 houses, but the previous year they had built another 6. So next year is going to be to Ecuador. So if you guys are into mission trips or service to the world and everything, come to Ecuador. We're going to Ecuador to build more houses in Ecuador, and that's going to be just around the corner. So you guys got to plan for that. We travel a lot. I love traveling. That's my hobby. So with that, I'm going to start my presentation, and okay, start broadcast. Oops. Okay, we were here, right? So this is our For Life Connect app that we use for everything. We use it to send our videos to our people that we know, our we call it our potential business partners, PDFs, presentations. Okay, so here we go. So we can do many presentations, but today we're going to do our main presentation, which is called Business Opportunity. And you're watching my screen, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. So it's loading, and as you can see, just in a few seconds, I have a whole presentation that the company has built for me. All I have to do is use the tools. I don't have to do anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can use this way. And so this is all about doing life differently. And as I said, we're very big on science, success, and service. Science, we have a product, and as I was telling you, I'm just gonna go back here because that's what I do. I tell you my story and then I go back a little bit. Our product has the power of just doing so much that you would never even imagine. I'm just going to go back to my testimonial. I started because I thought my sister, you know, poor thing, she needs to sell these things and I'm just going to do a favor. But what I knew later on in life is that she had literally saved my life. I am not only allergy free, but what happened was that whatever was happening in my body, which was that autoimmune that the doctor wants to call fibromyalgia, disappeared completely just after. So when I went to the doctor, he said, if you take an anti-inflammatory, very strong anti-inflammatory for 3 months, we may get you back to pain-free. I was in pain. I was in so much pain, I could not sit down in the toilet because my knees would hurt. My back would hurt. That's how much pain it was. And so what happens is that after taking just a few weeks of one of our products, the pain was completely gone. So this is how powerful our product is. And success, I have the honor and the privilege to be under one of the biggest leaders in this company, Dave and Gabriella Daughtry, who have been not only leaders, but friends to me. And they have opened over 90 countries. We're in about 150 countries. We call it, we have offices in 26 countries, but we are doing business with over 150 countries. And right now, Dave is in Kenya or in Uganda, or I'm not really sure where he is right now. Maybe he's in Europe, but he's actually just visiting all the lines that he has in many, many countries. He has opened over 90 countries. And again, you see the little boy or little girl there in service because we have many orphanages that are being fed by our programs that we have. If you're not into buying anything, maybe you don't want to buy from your friend that showed you this video, but for $29.99 you actually want to feed a child for a month, we have that program. So let your friend tell you a little bit more about that. So we believe in together building people. I just came from the convention in Orlando and there was over 7,500 people. It looked like a little bit like this one. This one was in another city, but it's always like this, where all of the flags of the world come together under one roof. And it's just so exciting to be in convention because then you see that there are so many people that are not only dreaming that they will have a different life, but that are making their life different. Again, I love this slide, but it's not a slide that I stop too much into just because you can analyze and Google this yourself. I always tell people, you go and Google for life. And if you find one negative review about my company, please show it to me because I still haven't found it. So when you are in a company that is debt-free, that has surpassed their sales month after month, we have no months of negative sales in this company, even through the 2008, 2009 economic downfall in the United States and North America. What happened? For Life kept growing. And so we are a very solid company. What I like is that we are a stable company. We didn't grow too big and we're not growing too slow. We're not very old, but we're not very new. We have been in business for 21 years. And for me, I had to choose the right company. Why did I have to choose the right company? I had just gotten a divorce. I had the experience of 14 years being in the best direct selling company in the world. And I needed to make sure that I made the right choice. So there were many out there and I love network marketing. I went through like 3 or 4 of them, presentations before I actually chose For Life, which I was already using the product. So I knew the product was good, but I needed to make sure that I had everything I needed. And this was a safe company. I'm not a person that wants to put all the eggs in one basket. So I didn't want to put my eggs in one that was giving me cars and quick, at that time we didn't have the bonus we have today, but today we do. We're very solid. And this is what I promised my child. I need a company that what I build, he's going to be able to inherit when he's 18. So that gives me 9 years to build him a business so that when he's 18, he's able to take over the business and study a university career if he chooses to do it. But if he doesn't, he can just take care of the business. Why do I tell you that? Because my dad was a business owner, so he had a very big plywood company. He had 3 children. None of us wanted to take it. He had to sell it. So with this company, all he has to do is continue to take the product, collect the check, and if he wants, keep growing it. If not, he's going to still make a check. So I'm building for his future. Why did I choose immune system? So I was already in the beauty business. Again, I was a #1 manager in my company. People said, why don't you choose Avon, or why don't you choose a beauty company, a skincare company? And I said, I don't know if people are going to be using makeup in a few years. I don't know if people are in, I need a company that has skincare that is going the trend that I want and that I do, which is organic or, paraben free. And that was not the trend that I could see in my previous company. And so I said, it is not a safe company for me to be in right now. I need a company that I know that in the next years, people are going to be looking for me and not me looking for them. So this is what's happening with the immune system. I want you guys to just look around the grocery store, look around the yogurts, look around the teas, look around, the fruit section, and you'll see fruits like antioxidants, words like antioxidants that we never used before. We're using it more and more now. So just look around and you will see that if you choose this company, like I know that people are going to be looking for me in a few years. It may take a few years. The immune system is not the word out there yet, but in a few years, when people keep getting sicker as they are, and the autoimmunes like the one that I was getting are going to keep popping up, guess who they're going to come and look for? So I don't think a lipstick, or I don't think a travel agent company. We all love to travel. I could have chosen a travel agent, a travel company, or maybe some insurance company. Everybody needs insurance, right? But you know what? Health is everything for me. If you choose health above everything else, this may be the right company for you. Immune system is just the way that the body protects. So our product is not a miracle product. Some people think so because we have some pretty miraculous testimonials. And I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't work every time for everybody. Because you know what? If you're not eating properly, if you're not sleeping properly, if your stress level is not where it needs to be, doesn't matter how many of our products you're going to take. It's not going to work. But if you have a holistic look at life and you're taking care of all the aspects of your life, just like I did, you're going to look younger, feel younger. You're going to, be able to fight anything that comes your way faster, because what our product does is exactly that. It recognizes the threat, it responds to it, and then it remembers, so that when it comes back, it already has the intelligence. So our product is able to make you a Rambo out of your body. So I always, because I'm Colombian, I like to use an analogy, and is that when you have the fighting, we have a lot of fighting forces in my country, and so you have the military, and then you have guerrilla, right? So when you have guerrilla attacking your body, which it could be cancer, or maybe just a flu virus, or whatever virus wants to attack you right now, from my own kids' school, I'm getting that they have all kinds of things that shouldn't be in schools right now. But I know my kid takes transfer factor every day. So if I know that my kid is going to be more protected than all the other little kids, I've done something right. The body is going to be able to recognize, respond, and remember faster. How much faster? We just came from convention. 100 times better response of your immune system. Do you guys understand what that number is? 100 times better your body responding to threats. And these are proven tests of what I'm telling you. We have many, and we have over 4,000 clinical studies actually on transfer factor. Transfer factor is not something that, it's not a vitamin, it's not a herb, it's not a drug, it's not a mineral. It's actually something that already comes from your body. It's nature's wisdom. Nature's wisdom is so incredible because when you were given birth, or if you have children when you gave birth, the first milk that you were given by your mother, that is white gold. This is supercharged with transfer factor. A lot of people think that it's milk. It's not actually milk. It's called colostrum. And the colostrum has the ability to give you the immunity that you will need for the next part of your life. After that, it starts depleting. And so this is where actually our product it's worked wonders. So lots of children, like people say, can children take it? Of course they can take it because it is from your own body. So when you start understanding it, it actually is something that you already were given birth with, but you're now strengthening it. So a lot of people that are vegetarian ask me, can I take it? Because where does it come from? It actually comes from first milk of not humans, that's the first question that we get. It comes from the cow and the chicken. Why? Because they're high producing animals for us. We already take a lot from them. We take eggs, we take milk. And so before, many years ago, they didn't even know what to do with this first milk. Now that we know what to do with it, many companies are buying it. We're not the only company producing transfer factor, but guess what? We are the top company researching it because number one, we started doing it 21 years ago. So many more companies are starting wanting to do what we have. We have 46 patents on our products, international and national, North American patents on our products. And we're also on the Physician's Desk Reference. That book that you see there is called the PDR. Every doctor in North America has one of these in their office, and every pharmacist, every hospital. And what it is where all your drugs are. But it has a very small space for supplements. I want you to Google after the presentation. I want you to Google PDR, transfer factor, and I want you to be an educated guest if you are looking at this video for the first time today. And I want you to look at the power of what I'm showing you. Because even when you go to your doctor, sometimes they're like, where did this come from? They don't have time to learn so much. And so sometimes even your own doctor will be surprised on this, that's not an invention, sorry, this investigation, this research. What our company did was that, I'm not going to get too much into the science. Our science is over 50 years old, so it's not something new, which gives us validity. Like I said, it gives us more than 4,000 clinical studies. But what it does give us, our company, is 21 years of targeted research. So what we started doing was taking the transfer factor and using different formulas, which we can share all the product profiles with you through our new app, and started targeting each organ. So each of our products targets an organ. We have for kidneys, we have for eyes, we have for reproductive, for man and woman, we have glutamine, we have for glucose. So anything that your body may be not properly working, so we can actually help it, support it, we can give it the boost, we can, just empower it. And that's what our products do. They already help your body that has lost the intelligence of doing what it's supposed to do, just activate itself better. We then started launching more and more products, and this is when it became more interesting. Again, as I said, I wanted to lose weight, so we launched the ProTF line. We had the weight loss line a long time ago, but what we were now researching was to have the best protein powder in the market, and we did. Again, we have this, whatever I say, you can back it up. I can send you the information. We tested with another 10 protein powders from GNC, and ours tested to be at the top of the game on things like reducing fat from visible surfaces, reducing fat from organs, and reducing hunger cravings. And again, a lot of people said, how did you lose the 40 pounds so fast? I'm going to tell you, definitely through good nutrition, but ProTF was a very good help for me. I was able to lose very fast my weight because I had the best protein to do it. And if you have good protein, you lose weight. We started putting it on everything, shampoos. We started putting it on toothpaste. And so everything in my house just becomes part of what I was already using, but now I'm using it with For Life and Transfer Factor to strengthen my immune system. We have a new line, and I want maybe in a future presentation to tell you more about Aqua, because we're launching a new skincare line. And I'm very happy because this is a product that everybody uses. Everybody's going to use it every single day of their lives. And so I'm very excited about our new skincare line. So how do we do this business? Let's talk a little bit about the business. The business is very easy. Every day we're sharing products. We're sharing a movie. We're sharing a restaurant. We're sharing the pumpkin spice cappuccino at Starbucks, and it's really good. And so every day we're telling our friends about things that we love. And just like me, let's start with my sister. When my sister started believing and loving this product, that woman could not stop talking about it. But it took her about 4 years. But I'm doing it a little bit more efficient because I got really knowledgeable about the more than 120 products that we have in our line. So if you need something, I have it. And I have it better than many other companies out there. Because like I said, even the toothpaste, you can't even imagine the 101 users that I can talk about with that toothpaste. And it's not only for teeth. So I'll leave you with that. So with our skincare line, with our aromatherapy line, we have essential oils, which I love. We have the only essential oil in the world that has transfer factor. People can, put it in the rooms to smell good. They can put it in the car. They can do massage with it. We just have so much. It's just incredible. My kid loves it. My partner loves it. My mom takes it 10 years ago. Everybody in my family takes transfer factor. So I share with friends. I tell them that, the things that I have, I give them samples. We have a new kiwi strawberry energy drink, which is delicious. We have collagen, which is the new, everybody's talking about collagen. So just talk about the products that you love. We have, like I said, hit on every single one of the billion-dollar industries. Of course, wellness, weight management, healthy aging, and skincare. We have it, and we have it with top of the line products. People say, but I don't know how I would start the business. Just let the person that invited you to this presentation lead you through it, because you won't have to do a lot. You see, we have the best products at a great price, and all you have to do is let us lead you, because we are the company that has taken care of everything. We don't want to be left behind with any of the competition. You guys can't even imagine how complete our company is. So what is different about success, and what is different about doing life differently? What do you dream of? I told you I dream about traveling, so I qualify under the last little circle out there. But what do you want? Do you want a car? Do you love shopping? Do you want new clothes? Are you saving for a new house? Do you want to go to university or take your kids to university? What do you want? And what are you doing to get it? Because what I want to invite you today is that if you're not doing something different than what you have been doing for the past year or 5 years or even 10 years, just like I did. I was like in a great job for 14 years, and my salary was only going up 2.5%, 2.2%, the inflation. And I said, I'm not going to be able to do the things I do with this salary. And it was a good salary, like I mentioned to you guys. But I wanted more. So at For Life, we have 7 ways to earn. And I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to tell you that when you are buying a product at Walmart or Costco, like let's say my mom, the doctor just told her she needs to get some omega-3. My mom is almost 80. She caregives for Mateo. She's very active. But they told her that she needs to take a little bit more of the oils. Omegas. We call them omega-3 and omega-6 and omega-9. Well, we have that product. So if I were to buy it at Walmart, Walmart doesn't give me a discount. But if I buy it from my line, I get 25% discount if I'm a customer. Now, if I'm a builder, I also get 25%, but in a different way. And the person that invited you to this business can explain that part to you. Now, if I invite a friend, just like I'm inviting those that are watching for the first time to join our business, I also get 25% from their first order. And not only that, I get the discount, I get free product, I get points, like when you go to, in Canada, we call it, I don't know, you guys go to Walgreens in the States, and in Canada, we go to No Frills or Superstore, and you get points, or when you go to pay your gas and you get points. So we also have a point system. So you're getting discount, points, free product. You're getting money when you're signing up somebody for the first time. You're inviting people, the company's paying you. You're also making commissions. It's just a lot. So how do the commissions work? Let's stop right here for a second. So I'm in Canada, and my team is still fairly small, but what I like about my team is that I have people in Kenya, I have people in India, and now I'm going to build in Colombia because our next trip is in Colombia. I'm Colombian and I still don't have Colombian people, but I will. So I have most of my people in Canada, but I do have leaders in Kenya, and I have one leader in India. So what happens is that when I have 6, which I already do, and each of them order 150 points, and just to give you an example, it could be 3 bottles of our main product. The company is going to pay me 2%. This is where it becomes really interesting. When they find 6 people like them and like me, so now I have 6 that are my first generation, and then they find their own 6, the company pays me 25% on that level. I'm just going to stop right there because this is where this company actually, wow, it hits hard. And I'm very knowledgeable on companies. I worked for a company that they paid me to go into other companies and presentations, so just to look at the competition. And I know for a fact that no other company will pay you 25% on the second line. Now, if you find it, please, again, I always tell people, come and tell me, because I don't want to keep doing my presentation the wrong way. But until now, nobody has ever come back to tell me, you're wrong. No, this company pays 25% on the second generation. Why? A lot of companies pay very good on the first generation. So I go, I find a friend, the company pays me well. I go, I find a friend, company pays me well. But guess what? This company is so intelligent that it says, you know what? I'm going to pay you 2% on the person that you found. So I invite my friend, I make $2 on her. But if I help her find people, I make $25 on each of her people. And this is how it got multiplied. $25 on every single one of the 6 people's orders. It's going to add up 900 plus. So in Canada, 900 plus, that's a part-time job. You keep multiplying. 6 that find 6 that find 6, that's going to give me 2,300 plus. What's going to happen? That's a full-time job. So all I need to do are find 6 people that multiply, that believe, that want to be trained. And now we have an amazing, this part right here, sorry, before I jump into the amazing part, is the loyalty program, which was the part I was explaining about receiving free products and point back and all these great things. But what I want to talk to you about is, again, this company just every year makes it better and better, easier and easier. So the company already had a different kind of bonus. They just made it even better. So they said, okay, when you get to 6, you get to, your first level, but this is all about small achievements. Life is about small achievements. And they said, you know what? You can buy whatever you want with the money that you can make in the future. But how about if we help you make money fast? So all we need is for you to find 3 friends that want to use the product just like yourself. They want to buy some shampoo, they want to buy some skincare, and they want to buy maybe some energy drinks. So you find people and you share your favorite products. And when you find 3, just 3, you're going to get a bonus of $50. That sounds like fun to me, because I'm just buying whatever I was already buying, and now the company's paying me $50 cash. But here's the thing, for the months of October, November, and December, they're doubling it. So you're making $100 American. If any Canadian is watching, this presentation is designed for Arizona and North America. So all I've said is in the US. So you're going to make $100 US just by inviting 3 people to use the products that they love. And when they find 3, you're going to make $200. But because we are in a double bonus system, it's actually going to be $400. So you find 3 and they find 3, you are making $400 for the bonus, plus that commission that I explained before. You're going to be making about $230 or $250 from that. I'm just telling you that you're going to be making about $800-900 really fast. And all you need to do is tell the person that invited you to start helping you call the people that you know. Call your mom, call your sister, call everybody that you know, because we can get $500 to $900 in your pocket by allowing us to work these presentations for you. So we can tell people about the product, we can tell people about the business, we can tell them about, you know, the story about the lady that traveled to China for 23 days without having to ask for a boss for vacation time, or you can tell any of the stories that I've told tonight. Again, all you need to find is 3 that find 3 and multiply yourself. Gradescape. The one thing that I am really targeting for right now is the Great Escape. I had an opportunity to go to one of our trips. They're called the Great Escape trips, but I was a guest to someone. So I went to the Caribbean. I went to the largest, highest, tallest ship cruise in the Caribbean, in the Royal Caribbean fleet, and it was amazing. I was with the top 200 sellers of that. We have a trip every 6 months, so you are able to win it up to 5 times. And again, because I don't want to lengthen the presentation, please talk to the person that invited you, because the Caribbean trips and the Caribbean cruises are just the first step. The gold getaways and the platinum getaways are actually trips to New Zealand. They stayed, the last trip they did was to Ireland. They stayed in what is cataloged as the best hotel in the world, completely free, trip for 2, all expenses paid. Excuse me, I get too excited and I forgot to bring my water. So let's finish up with this. Why do I love this kind of business? Number one, as you can see, I can bring my phone anywhere. I'm doing it from a lobby of my partner's building, and I've been doing these presentations. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've done them from Hawaii, I've done them from Utah, I've done them from, I didn't do one from China, but I've done them from pretty much everywhere I've traveled. And so it's a mobile business. I call myself a digital nomad. I love going with my kid anywhere and just setting up a little stage like this and doing my presentation to other people around the world or to the person sitting in front of me. It creates lasting relationships. This is what is great. I have met an incredible amount of people that I call my friends through this company. This is not about making money. If you want to join this company and just make money, it may not be the right company for you, or the right kind of business, because this is a relationship business. And the relationship starts with, I have something that I want to share with you, but I also want to share with you fun. I want to share with you moments. I want to share with you a business opportunity that we can share with others. We can build a tribe. We can build community. We can build this together. This is not about climbing. Oops. Sorry. Okay, hold on. I lost my presentation. What are you looking at?
We see the photo of Dave Daughtry.
Oh, that's not what I need. Okay, give me a second. Because I wasn't touching it, and so I think I'm back, right? No, hold on. No, I got it.
We're back.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I only had like 2 more slides. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll stop and I'll just finish up with hold on. There we go. It only was 2 more slides, and so we're finishing up anyway. That's it. I know you wanted some questions and answers, so actually I'm going to stop talking. I've been talking for 35 minutes, and so that's basically it. Let's open up the floor for questions and answers. I want to just close up with saying, if you're watching this video either live or you're watching it through YouTube or wherever you're going to watch it later, and talk to the person that sent you this video and ask them how you can actually build the income from home, how you can enjoy the time with your kids, enjoy the time with your partner, the people that mean a lot to you, and at the same time, just share something you love and create an income out of it. And so ask for more details, and I can open the floor now for questions and answers.
Thank you so much, Claudia. This was amazing. It's beautiful how wild this business is to see. I'm going to go look you up in YouTube right after this presentation ends and follow you, where we can do this business wherever we go, and we can be digital nomads as you are. So it's beautiful. I really appreciate you explaining what this transformation is about and how it has impacted your life. I have a question for you. Network marketing is it's a business that requires an entrepreneurial spirit and stepping out of your comfort zone. So I'm wondering, what were your biggest challenges or your biggest challenge in this business, and how did you
what I thought was my biggest challenge, I don't see it as a challenge anymore, and it was balancing my time. It was balancing my time with the time that I have with my child. Like I said, my relationship right now is a new relationship. So, but now it continues to be that. I'm all about balance. I'm not about money, because, like, again, I said that was not what got me into this business. It was about balance. So I wanted to have a balanced life. And so being able to say today that people that see me balanced. I used to have more money, but I was not happy. I used to have, more of things, material things, but I really did not feel. So really the biggest challenge was to fight against my own belief that I needed to make more money faster, just because I was the #1 manager. Everybody knows I'm a great presenter. I'm a great coach. I'm a good trainer. And so the biggest challenge was my brain, because I kept asking myself, why am I not there yet? Why am I not a presidential? Why am I not I'm a diamond? And so I said, why am I still a diamond? I know I can do more. There's no one that can do this business better than me. I'm under the best and, well-known leader, and they give me full support. So it was really my own mindset of why am I not there yet, when there was really, I'm not raising anyone. And so it's just about enjoying the journey. And I do that beautifully right now. It's like, you know what, I'll get there when I get there. And I'm not about to take away more time than I do already for my child's sake and for my own sake. So I keep my balance.
Thank you. Whitney, Casey, do you have any questions, comments?
Thank you so much for speaking to us tonight, Claudia. It was wonderful to hear, just your incredible story that you've gone through. And I just wanted to know, what is your biggest inspiration to keep going when things get hard? How do you get yourself motivated and keep yourself excited about the journey?
My biggest engine is Mateo. So there's two things that I always have very clear. So, oops, low battery, 1 second. So my biggest engine, which is not necessarily the biggest motivation. So my biggest engine is Mateo. I know that I have a few years to make this thing right and make enough money so that he has enough money to go to university, whatever, all these things that we want. We want to buy a house, all of these things. But my motivation are the many women out there that, like me, had to go through a divorce, lifestyle change because of maybe a parent falling sick, maybe a husband losing their job, or, like my case, a divorce. And so I really do, I'm an advocate for single moms. I'm an advocate for, I used to say more single moms. Now I just say single parent families. Sometimes it's the man, like that was my partner, he's a single income, and it's just struggling through, I don't have enough. And I don't want people to feel that way. Like I don't want, and so if I know I have a tool, which is for life, to be able to give people the freedom of not being, I have so many women that have to go out there and work at night, and they don't see their kids and they don't see their husbands. Or I have so many women that actually have to go throughout the day and then come home and do all the things that we do as, human beings. And so if we can make a difference and make a difference by just providing $200 extra on the table, or hopefully $1,000 extra, so that they can leave one of their part-time jobs. I don't want women to grow far apart from their kids because of money. And so we have a solution. And so the solution is create income from home.
Thank you. I love hearing that. It's so powerful. And I really appreciate that perspective and the way that you frame it. So thank you for what you gave to us tonight.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being with you guys.
Do you have any other comments or questions? It seems like don't. Okay, so with that, we are past our normal time for tonight. I want to thank Claudia again for your time, for your dedication, for your service to the team. It's beautiful to see the big heart that you have and to connect, to see that this is a global network of human beings who want to help, who want to be of service to others. And this is what we do every single day. So for everybody who is watching this video, go to the person who invited you, go to the person who shared this link with you and ask them more questions. This is a project of love, of service, where you can have an extra income, but not just that, it's about a holistic lifestyle. So ask your questions, don't be shy, go ask because your questions will be answered. So with that, we are done for tonight. I want to wish everybody a beautiful night, a successful week, and we'll see you at some point. We are back.
That was perfect timing.
To a party.
Okay. Hey, bye-bye, everybody. Have a beautiful night.
Good night. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, but night night.
Night.